Well, howdy. You know this gun. That's called the gun that won the West. A Colt single-action Army. Normally they're in 45 long Colt. This one's in 32-20 and is an Army San Marcos replica. But it's still a single-action Army. And it's called the gun that won the West. But you probably are not familiar with that. That's an Allen and Thurber, and that's called the gun that won the East. This is a Pepperbox. This is an original Allen and Thurber Pepperbox. This was patented in 1845. It says so right here. And by internal indications, I know that it was made sometime between 1849 and 1854. And the reason behind that is other markings on it. It says, is it right here? I think it's right here. Yeah, it's upside down. Patent 1845. And then here it says Allen and Thurber. And here it says Worcester. Well, they moved to Worcester in 1849. And soon after that, Thurber passed, and a fellow by the name of Wheelock. Thurber, by the way, was Ethan Allen's brother-in-law. By the way, that's not the Ethan Allen of Revolutionary War fame. He just happened to share the name. But Ethan Allen was a prolific gun designer, and he developed this standard Pepperbox design. It's double action. This is called a bar hammer, and the way it works is you do that, and it cocks it and rotates the cylinder, and will fire the nipple on the nipple, the cap. These are smoothbore barrels on this. This has 5 chambers, and this hammer is god-awful stiff. The thing is, as you can see, it's an absolutely pristine shape, which is unbelievable for these. These were very popular in the East. They're much cheaper than, say, a Colt. At the time this came out, the Colt 1849, the 1849 pocket was very big. And if you were going off to the Colt gold fields in California, you could either put a Colt in your pocket or one of these. Now, this was popular, really popular with the 49ers, because they would take one along with them just to stuff it in the sash and use that if some claim jumper came along. As I said, it was much cheaper than the Colt. They're also not exactly as accurate because it's not rifled, and there's no sight. You can't really put a sight on it when the hammer is right down the middle and it's that huge bar. There's just no place on the front for a sight, so or the rear for that matter. So basically this was only useful as a belly gun. This is usually, the Colt was 31. I'm thinking that by looking, this is more 32 or 36, somewhere around there. This is unique in that usually the these type of cylinder or type of barrel, I guess you'd call it, is only noted for after it became Allen and it was Allen and Thurber, then it was Allen and Wheelock. And then, and by the way, after just a brief time after they moved to Worcester, they changed it from Allen and Thurber to Allen and Thurber Co. And that was how they were marked. This is in that interim period. So I would say this was made sometime between 1849 and 1854. Interesting, though, it looks a lot like, this is my Josiah Ellis, and it's this is an actual revolver with a rifled barrel, but it works exactly the same way as a Wheelock. So, you know, it works, Wheelock, a Pepperbox, but he has an actual cylinder on it. This one, there were thousands of these made. This one, only 625 were ever made. But, so that's why I bought this one. This one, you know, I've been working on a deal, and the deal came through, and here it is. It's not exactly the fanciest thing, but I'm beginning to get a collection of historic firearms. And I consider this a historic firearm because it is between 1854 and 1849 and 1854. And this one is dated 1854. So I'd say they're about contemporary with each other. Though this one stopped in Utah because Els was a Mormon. Ethan Allen never went off to the goldfields, but this kind went to the goldfields with a lot of other folks. Anyway, that's my latest. Happy trails.